So if you think of your life as a radio, and the frequency that your life is currently in is like the dial in that radio, and you can go through the channels and you can hit the different music stations. But in life, the different stations could be, how you feel about yourself, your weight, your health, your relationships, your employment, your job, your work. It could be any number of aspects of your life are on this dial or on the FM band of your life. And the frequency that you're on most often, the channel of your life that you listen to the most, is going to have a huge impact on your entire life, every other aspect of your life. So if you are constantly upset about feeling overweight, feeling lethargic, not having enough energy, if you are constantly complaining about how terrible your job is, you don't like what you're doing, you don't like who you work with, you don't like your boss, you don't like working for someone else, if you're constantly always seeing the negative side of what's going on, or you feel like everything that happens in your life affects you negatively, that it's nothing good happens in your life. Everything is always just against you. The world is against you. The universe is against you. A lot of that, if not all of it, can be on what you are doing to input the tuning on that radio, on what frequency you're turning your life to. And I don't want you to think that I'm blaming you for all the shit that's going on in your life. That's not the point of this video, and that's not true at all. But it's easy, and our human nature is to get easily wrapped up in that it's other things that are affecting me. But I'm here to tell you, you have the ability to change the dial. You have the ability to change the frequency of your life. And I've got a few ideas and tips that I know for sure will help you do that. But the big thing is you have to get the courage to reach out and change that dial, because change is scary. And our human nature is always, always, always revert to what you've always done, because that is familiar and familiarity is safe. Even if you think it's crappy, even if what's familiar and safe to you is always feeling like life is out to get you, or always feeling like you can't get ahead. And it takes a lot of courage to reach out and change that dial, because when you change to something you're not used, you change your life to a frequency you're not used to being on. It's scary. It's unfamiliar. You're not sure what the outcome is going to be. You're worried that if you invested some money in something, it's going to be a waste of money. Or if you put the time to working towards something, that you're not going to see results, or you're not going to see change, and you're going to have wasted your time. And it's all your mind convincing yourself to get back to what's familiar, because familiar is safe. That goes back to our ancestor human survival behavior instincts of stick to what you know, because what you know is safe. And we still have that in our DNA. It still affects us, just not on a survival level, but on a living life level. Because for most people watching this, most people that are connected to me, your day-to-day survival is not at risk. Whether you're going to live another day isn't a constant thought of, if I walk outside, I might get eaten by a cougar. You're not usually thinking that way. But the quality of your life is at risk. How good of a life you enjoy. How getting to the end of your life and looking back and going, I regret not having lived. Or you're going to get to the end of your life and going, I just kicked the shit out of life, and I loved every second of it, and life gave me everything that I gave to it. So to change that frequency, how do you do it? Let me tell you, it doesn't happen overnight. I know we are always looking for a quick solution or a quick fix, or you know what? I decide today I want to change my life. It better be changed by tomorrow, or else it's not worth it. And if you have that mindset, you're setting yourself up for failure. And you need to get outside of that mindset. You need to put that away. You need to go, okay, you know what? I'm ready to change the frequency of my life. I'm ready to change the channel from the station that it's on to the station that I want to just rock out on for the rest of my life. So the first step is to realize it's going to take time. It might take weeks, months, years to get yourself to that frequency where you're just loving life and you're absolutely amazed by the life you're living. And how you do that is through training your mind. Personal development books is something that has changed my life. Stuff like You're a Badass or Compound Effect or Eat That Frog. There's books out there. There's audio books out there. There's YouTube videos that you can listen to every day. And if you spend 10 to 20 minutes a day reading those books, listening to the audiobooks, watching YouTube inspirational videos, motivations about how you can believe and how you can dream and how you can affirm to yourself that stuff will change and that you are in better places, that will help train your mind to get into the right mindset. The next tip I'm going to give you is one that I didn't realize until I became a coach. So for those of you who have known me, you know that when I joined Beachbody, when I became a coach, I wasn't working with a coach. I had one assigned that I'd never talked to him. No idea who he was. So when I was ready to become a coach, I got randomly assigned to the team that I'm on now. And I got lucky. I got lucky that I got assigned to a freaking awesome team with some amazing people who are the closest people in my world. The people in my Beachbody team are the people I'm the closest with. And that is a key influence on the frequency that I live my life at. Because you might have heard the law of averages, or you will become the average of the 5 people you spend the most amount of time with. That is 100% based in science. It's true that if you spend your time with 5 people who are overweight, don't exercise, hate life, are constantly complaining about how terrible life is, guess what? You're going to be overweight, not exercising, not really liking life. If you spend your time with 5 coworkers for 8 hours a day, and those are the 5 people you spend the most amount of time with, and all they do is complain about how bad your boss is and how bad the workplace is and how bad your environment is and how bad your job is, guess what? You're going to complain about how bad your boss is, how bad your environment is, and how bad your work is. Same goes for relationships, friendships, everything. If you started hanging out tomorrow with 5 people who are millionaires, all driving nice cars, traveling around the world, guess where your life is going to end up? It's based in truth. It's based in fact. You will raise yourself to the level of the people you hang out with, of the average of what you surround yourself with in life. Now, why do I mention this? Because when I joined Beachbody, I started surrounding myself with people who were pushing themselves to get better, to get in better shape, or more motivating, or inspiring others, or reaching out to help others. And guess what I ended up doing with my life? I've dedicated now a big portion of my life to reaching out to others, helping others, motivating others, inspiring others, and getting myself in amazing shape. So here is something that you can do right now to start changing the frequency of your life. Our Sean Week group starts Monday. We're forming the group up today. We're going to start inviting people to it over the next couple days. A lot of you watching this will have already got the invite. I haven't heard back from a lot of people, so I want to fill my group. I have space because a lot of people that I've reached out to and invited, a lot of those VIPs that I messaged and said, I want you in this group, haven't replied. So if you don't get in the group, I'm going to give that spot to someone else. I want this group to be full because this group is going to be life-changing. This group is going to be amazing. And already seeing people get started. The group doesn't start till Monday, but there's already people so excited that they're starting to do other programs. They're starting to get their meal plan in place. They're starting to get their workouts in place, and they're already changing their lives. And it's only a 1-week group. You can dedicate and commit yourself to 1 week, and you can do it for free. You can surround yourself with 5, 50 people who are going to have an absolutely amazing influence on your life. And if you stick with these groups and hang out with these people, even though it's virtually online, you can change the frequency of your life from average where it is now. Even if it's good now, you can always improve. And you can change the frequency to something that's even more amazing. And being in these groups is what has affected the frequency of my life more than anything else, because every single day we are live in these groups. We are talking to the people in these groups just like this, but it's directly, here's a great recipe. Here's an awesome food. Here's some awesome meals that we've prepared. Here's how we did on our workout. Here is amazing things that are changing our lives. And we have that dialogue back and forth, so you can't help. Even if you fought against it in this group, your frequency of your life would still improve, because these groups are just absolutely amazing. In the next couple days to get ready to crush it Monday morning. It's going to be a life-changing experience. It's only 7 days. You can do it for free. There's nothing to lose except the chance to increase the frequency of your life over 7 days so that you can continue to increase it for the rest of the summer, for the rest of the year, for the rest of your life. So those are my two big tips. Is work on yourself, do a little bit of reading, research, videos, listening to stuff that's going to motivate and inspire you, and get into a group. Start hanging out with people that are going to raise you up, that are going to increase the frequency of your life. If it's fitness, if it's health, if it's income, if it's positivity, if it's motivation, I guarantee you it's not going to decrease being in these groups. So send me a message right away. We need to get this group going. We need to get it started. It starts in 2 days, but we want to get going before that. We want to make sure we don't forget anyone or miss anyone in our group, and we will see you in there. I can't wait. It's going to be awesome. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the beautiful weather and get ready because Sean Week is coming, and the Riot Fitness team is going to absolutely crush it. We'll see you there. Have a good one.